So in Singapore,
Yeah, I hated it. People were pushing me and I hated it. 2 times I almost fell over because there was someone pushing me so hard.
A, B, C, D. So this is going to measure how much sugar is in your drink.
it's water at all.
Not all restaurants will even offer you water.
I had it in Kerala.
Every subway station is so amazing. There's like a food heaven under every subway station, MRT station. So we have a local Singapore person as well. In Singapore, we have a local here. So we watched his video about
Things to do in Singapore, and we were watching his video on the flight. I had downloaded it offline to make a note. We were busy. So we were making notes, and as soon as we landed, we were waiting for an Uber, and he was there right there making another video on Singapore airport. Yeah, first person we met after landing was the person whose video we watched.
Yeah, I was shooting out of nowhere. Hey, I watched your video. I'm like, oh, nice. Hey, I'm actually from Indonesia. So I've been living in Singapore for about 15 years. And now I try to help people visiting Singapore, find out how is the best way to visit.
So first of all, let's talk about what are the things that are just like a typical Asian country in Singapore. First of all, like in many Asian countries, you can get house help.
Yeah.
You can afford many things easily. Like you can eat out every day like a normal person. Street food is affordable. For example, we got dosa for $3.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
That's expensive.
Really?
You can get for $220.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So let's talk about that. So how much is your rent?
$10 in the US for a dosa.
Yeah.
Right now, I live on public housing, so I pay my mortgage. Sharing with my wife, it's about 2.4 thousand per month.
2-bedroom.
Yeah, but the beauty of it is there is a scheme called the CPF. So it's like an enforced savings in one way to put it. But you can use this savings to pay your mortgages. So actually, I'm not paying any amount. I'm paying 0 mortgage per month because it's taking from my CPF.
You're like 401k in the US. We have.
I think that's equivalent.
Yeah, it's called pension or
Actually, yeah, your savings, retirement savings.
retirement
Correct.
savings. So you are paying it out of your retirement as
Yeah.
of now. Okay.
So in Singapore, when let's say you have a $1,000 salary, your employer is actually obliged to give you, it's about 17% extra. I need to look up the numbers, but in the end of the day, you're getting more pay, and this amount goes into your CPF, and you can use that amount to pay your mortgages and your housing.
Okay.
Awesome.
So every employer is required to give you
Correct.
pension.
Yes.
Oh no! If you're working at a restaurant in the US, you don't get any pension.
Because
No.
tips, right?
Yeah, they are tips. And
it's
that's
gig work.
That's another problem. So at 67 in the US, you get Social Security, and the amount you received is based on the amount you paid in taxes throughout your life. So if you are a high income earner, at 67 you will get a bigger and fatter paycheck. But if you are like a restaurant employee who is working on cash tips, so when you retire you get nothing because you never paid 401k and Social Security. That's the drawback of the system.
Yeah, this is one of the nicest streets full of murals. So if you stop at the gangways, actually there are murals everywhere as well. Over there.
Murals, yeah. Great artwork.
Yeah. Even on the other side, because this is just one on the lane.
If you want to get house help in here, how much does it cost? Let's say you want someone full-time.
So it depends on which area that you are aiming for. Because a lot of times we want somewhere with facilities, accessible and everything. But all that will add up to the cost because more demand of those things. So depending on your income, you can get grants ranging from up to $80,000.
Wow.
The cost of houses here can be from 300,000 up to millions. You can't really see the
There
ceiling.
is no ceiling in housing.
Yeah.
I think it's true everywhere in the world.
But you can get a decent one in a less developed area for about 300 to 400,000.
Wow. So for $300, $400, $500, you can get a house help, and they come from Philippines, right? Most of them.
Most of the people here come from Malaysia. Indonesia.
What
also
about house
have
help?
house help as in like grants.
Domestic help.
Domestic helper.
Yeah.
No, domestic helper cannot own houses here. It's a different scheme.
So domestic helpers come from Philippines, right?
We have from Philippines, from Indonesia, from Myanmar.
Oh.
So you bring them from the other countries. You don't find them here in Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay for their visa to come to Singapore to work in your
Yeah.
house, and you have to provide them a housing and a salary, right?
Correct. But the housing is within your own house.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's not that you buy them a house. They will work for you for like 1 year, and you have to provide food and accommodation within your house. Yeah. So I don't mean they get a new house from you. Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's like pretty standard in India. Like a lot of people come from outside, house help, like जो 24/7 रहते हैं.
They don't come from different countries.
No.
They come from
cities.
They come from like a small village to a big city.
Yeah.
But you don't have to give them housing.
They sometimes live with you, right?
Sometimes, but usually, like in my house, they come for like 2 hours, clean the house, and they go to another person's house and spend 2 hours cleaning their house. You don't have to give them accommodation.
The problem here is if you pay by hour and you need them a lot. For example, if you have you care for your parents, your elderly parents, and you care for a baby, so you need them a lot. If you pay per hour, you're paying more than if you just have them live on site.
Traveling is always fun, dosto, when you have the right network, and you can get the right network in just 1 minute with Mint Mobile, because it offers, first of all, unlimited plans, and you can start with just $15 per month. No matter wherever you go in the US, you'll have good network. Plus, you have ability to add international roaming,
Enticing, right?
calling to Canada and Mexico, and much more. Get started with 5G with Mint Mobile at mintmobile.com/sync. So far we discussed the rent is pretty affordable. You can have house help just like India, domestic helper, everything. But now what about sustainability? Like this country is one of the most sustainable in the world
Wait.
I've seen. So like for example, the water we drink is mostly recycled. The plates everywhere we go, it's reusable plates.
Yeah, washed plates.
Washed plates. So can you talk about the sustainability? What do you think about it?
Yeah, actually before you asked, I thought it's like a normal thing. But now that you asked, indeed, I do observe that in most of the hawker centers, we will take the plates, not really those disposable plates, it's those plates that you have to return to the tray return area, and then they'll wash it and reuse it for the next guy.
They reuse plates, but in the US, if you go to like a hawker center or like a mall where there are a lot of restaurants, they give you disposable plates like plastic or paper ones, and they go into the landfill. But here they reuse plates.
It's capitalism because it's cheaper to make more plastic plates than recycle them.
I think it's both, because if a US person would eat in a wash plates, he would like to know how well they were washed.
It's already that expensive, and if the establishments have to pay for the dishwasher, there's an additional cost that they will probably pass on to you.
Food is the most sensitive. Like recently there was the news that Wendy's is going to experiment with surge pricing like Uber. So if it's too crowded, they'll increase their rate. And they got so much backlash.
Yeah.
Have you seen automated McDonald's?
No.
There are no staff working there.
Wow.
It's all your burger is assembled by
Machines.
robot. Yeah.
Insane.
We'll go this way.
Biggest way to reduce the cost of food is by reducing labor. Yeah, if machines can grow your food, if machines can prepare your food becomes cheap. That's why processed food is cheap.
Yeah.
But if you want to eat at a restaurant, you have to pay more.
Exactly.
The bag of chips, bag of like tub of ice cream is cheaper than going out and eating. The lower the income, the unhealthier the person, because he's eating processed food.
Now talking about the ethnic geographical distribution of Singapore, is just one city with around 5.5 million people, and there are people mainly from Malaysia. So Malay is the most spoken language, English, and then there is number 3 Mandarin, and number 4 is Tamil.
Actually, English first. Although we are near Malaysia, actually we speak more English than Chinese, than probably Malay. Yeah.
What are the favorite parts of living in Singapore, and what are the things you don't like here?
Definitely the cuisine, the food cuisine. So eating out in Singapore is very affordable and also very delicious. In US, probably eating out, I recall at least you need to spend about 20 US,
Absolutely.
and before tips.
True.
One time I ate and I walked out, and when I told my friend I didn't give tips, and he was like, "What? You didn't give him tips?" And I didn't even know it was my first meal in the US.
Yeah.
So it gave me a bit of pressure. Over here, you pay affordable price and you get delicious food. You eat, walk out happy. I think you can easily get lunch for 5 to 6 Singapore dollars.
And what are the things you don't like?
One thing I don't like, so if you go out during the weekend, I mean, you were there yesterday at the fireworks. How many people do you see?
We were pushed so heavily.
Yeah.
I hated it. People were pushing me and I hated it. 2 times I almost fell over because there was someone pushing me so hard.
That's my least favorite part about Singapore. There's just way too many people. And I get it because there is a facility. I also like living here. So demand and supply, everyone wants to come here, everyone's here. So just have to live with it.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much. What a beautiful mosque, yeah. How do you decide which drink to drink based on A, B, C, and D? Can you show us?
So in Singapore, we have the Nutri-Grade A, B, C, D. So this is going to measure how much sugar is in your drink. So you can see this is C. This is 10%. So this drink, if you're drinking this, 10% of what you're drinking is sugar. Obviously, the easiest way to do it is to find one that is an A.
There's no A here. All are C. Let's try the Fanta or Coke. Like Fanta or Coke has less sugar than India and America. It's old packaging, maybe.
It's old packaging, yeah. Sugar 14, it's same as India.
Yeah, same as India. So it's a new rule, so only new packaging have it.
Yeah.
There's a cat on a leash. So people have more cats here or dogs? Dogs, okay.
How good is your chopstick skills?
You can teach me, I can't.
Come on, Hunter, you can do it.
Pick it up, pick it up.
So we just had sushi and they didn't give us water at all. It's shocking. So they don't give free water. How much is water if you want to get it in restaurants?
Not all restaurants will even offer you water because they want to sell you all the good margin drinks. If you don't ask, for some high-end restaurants, when they first sit you down, they'll ask you, oh, would you like some water? And if you just say yes, right, you just fell for their trap because they're gonna come with a bottle of water and they'll charge you $8 for it.
Insane. Yeah. So that's why every Singaporean carries their own water bottle everywhere. So sustainable.
This will save you money in the long term.
So we are going to Little India with this train. And it's so cool. If you see that there is a fine of $500, it's written.
Yeah.
If you even like eat here, that's why it's so clean, right? Yeah, it's
You
written.
eat $500, smoking $1,000, flammable goods $5,000 and no good.
So how you read the map? Can you show us?
So this local map will show you the surroundings. You
Uh-huh.
can see this is where you are, the station. And A, B, C, D, E, F, these are the exit numbers.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to go to a certain location, for example, we're going to the Sultan, Masjid Sultan.
Uh-huh.
So I just need to see which exit is the nearest. Then I'll take the exit so that I'm the nearest to my location.
So we'll take the exit F to reach the Sultan Masjid. Okay.
Okay, and what about the north? So north is this way.
Yeah. So the map is very standardized. It will always tell you where's the north, so you can always realign it to your own phone.
So all shops are owned by Indians here. This is Little India और तमिल में लिखा हुआ है ऊपर. So welcome everyone to Little India and this is the Tika Centre. So Tika Centre is the native name when it was in Malaysia. They continued the same name. और ये है the market. Everywhere is a food heaven. You just walk around.
Show them the map.
Yeah, it's everywhere food heaven, right? And there's mango as well. Wow.
There are like 335 shops in this whole center. Starting
Amazing.
with shop number 1, ending at 335. So there are 335 shops all in
All
the
these
center.
are the
Welcome
hawker
to
style shops, and these are the wet market style shops.
Amazing.
You can take a look.
और यहाँ पे सिर्फ इंडियन स्टोर नहीं है, यहाँ पे चाइनीज खाना भी बहुत है. पूना पंजाबी ढाबे, भाई पंजाबी खाना. This is the local dessert here. That's coconut milk.
No, that's ice, and on top of that there is coconut milk.
Wow. So Arpit got the famous dessert. Yeah, it looks like very heavy.
The top is good, the inside is just ice.
Oh.
Come on.
And this side completely Indian shops. Tamil, biryani, and like Punjabi khana, the chicken tikka, butter chicken, lot of options. So what is that?
That's a Maggi goreng.
Meti godi?
It's actually just
Mee
fried
goreng.
noodles, but they use the Indian spices in the
Oh.
Maggie, Indian Maggie.
Oh. So this is the fruit mango steam.
Mangosteen, this is the mangosteen. I had it in Kerala.
Oh. Very good.
It's very good.
Amazing. It's one of the best food I've had in Singapore. What's your favorite fruit?
mango actually.
Mango. Nice. This is like sabji mandi or like it's like farmers market, right?
Yeah, it's farmers market.
But they're not farmers, they're just wholesalers to the
Wholesalers. Okay. यार मैंने वीडियोस देखी थी ऑनलाइन दैट लोग कहते हैं कि कचरा गिरा हुआ है लिटिल इंडिया में. यहाँ तो बहुत साफ है. इट्स सो क्लीन. दिस इज लिटिल इंडिया सो क्लीन. इट हैज बीन रेनोवेटेड इन 2023 so it's everything is recently built. Wow. This is Little India. It's so big, yaar. I've never seen that big Little India in any other country. Medical center is also like just like India. So if you see on the roads though, so there are not many bikes. because there is a bidding system because you can have only limited number of cars here, right?
Yeah.
So
the number of vehicles on the roads are controlled by
government.
by a bidding system. For just the bidding paper alone, they call it the certificate of entitlement, so that you can buy the vehicle, buy and own the vehicle. About $100,000.
Wow, just
for the
bidding.
paper alone.
Just bidding is 100,000. Paper.
I think for motorcycles, not as expensive, but it still adds quite a punch to the total price.
Yeah, that's why no bikes either.
Yeah, I don't see any bikes.
So we are in Mustafa Centre, a lot of shopping, lot of Titan watches, lot of Indian brands.
The Mustafa Centre, Patel Brothers से भी ज़्यादा देसी है.
You had Horlicks in your childhood too.
Yeah, Horlicks
Wow.
is like, if you need to choose Milo or Horlicks, usually that's the choice.
Oh, what about Bonvita?
Bonvita.
Bonvita.
I don't know what that is.
Oh wow.
It's just sugar, and they say it's good for it has calcium and makes you taller and
They got
stronger.
in trouble for that, right?
Yeah, they got trouble. Yeah. So kurkure, everything is $1. It's so affordable. मुझे भी यही बहुत पसंद है यार. This is my favorite.
Is this very common in India?
Yeah. So what we do is like we love overeating. So we eat food, we digest with this food, and then we eat more. Yeah, this is 70 rupees, $1 for $6 यहाँ पे.
Oh, I didn't finish.
And the people who say that Coke has a label of just 11 grams sugar, it's a myth because we checked all the Cokes here. Even this Coke has 11 gram sugar plus 100 ml. So 300 ml has still around 36 gram sugar, same as India. Salt भी India से है. It's more Indian than any Indian store I've been internationally. Oh, dosa, you love it? Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
idli dosa.
1 kg, $4.
$4.
I remember making at least 10 dosa.
Dosa, wow.
Yeah, and it's a good flavor.
लोग यहाँ पे बैग को लॉक कर देते हैं चेकआउट के टाइम ताकि कोई चोरी ना करे. It's right, it's shocking. ये पूरा बैग locked in है. They zipped it up so that no one can put more stuff in it. चोरी नहीं होगी. And दोस्तों यहाँ पे traffic is very well managed as compared to the population. 6 million people and traffic. Max people waits on the traffic light for almost two minutes. It's incredible, right?
It's well planned.
Did you ever complain about the traffic here?
Sometimes, but after realizing when I grew up in Indonesia, it's way worse. I'm like, I can live with this.
Wow. Every subway station is so amazing. There's like a food heaven under every subway station, MRT station. कितना कमाल है यार. Every food station is amazing in subway. And by the way, like what about women? Do they feel safe here walking at night? And what do you think about women rights here? Are they good here?
Yeah, I think it's very safe even for women to walk alone at night. But of course, don't walk in the red light districts alone. You might get people interested in you. Most places, you wanna have a late night supper, go with it.
Incredible. What about illegal immigration? Does that happen? Which are the countries with top illegal immigration happening in Singapore?
Okay, because it's illegal, right? The hard data is hard to find. But the most recent report that I remember reading is there were some illegal immigrants walking in the drains. Can you believe it? People walking.
From Malaysia.
I think it was Malaysian and Indonesian illegal immigrants. Yeah. Journalists actually went to follow them, and they found a camp, like an illegal immigrant camp with all with mattresses, cooking stoves, and everything. So yeah, I think after that report came out, the police went to search them up and dealt with them.
And send them back.
Should be deported. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, a lot of boats also come here. It's like America of Asia, basically, Singapore, right?
I don't think it's as much because on one hand, with less coastal border, it's a lot easier to control. Yeah, like in the US, you have the whole ocean to cover. It's impossible.
Yeah. It was very nice meeting you, Tommy. Thank you so much for showing me around. Learned a lot from you. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Please check out his channel.
Dashing Heights.
Dashing Heights.
If you want to
Awesome.
learn how to visit Singapore the best way possible, visit my channel.
Absolutely. Thank you.